Hey guys, what's up? Good morning from Dhaka, Bangladesh. Let's look at a different kind of fragrance today. Not your typical brand new release or something from the recent times. I like to do this from time to time, like change it up a little bit. So I would like to show you today a fragrance from my very first fragrance from this house. The house is called Alfred Sung, I think. Yeah, and then the fragrance is called Sung Home, right? So yeah, we'll look at this, and it's a very interesting one right here, and it's very beautiful presentation as well. I'll show you. I'll talk about it. So Alfred Sung, basically, like I have no clue on the house. Like sounds almost like Isemiyake, Kenzo, those houses. They are from Japan, that side, but I could be wrong. It could be from Singapore or any of those countries. So I didn't do my research. I'm sorry about that. So this fragrance, first of all, I have been looking at this fragrance since I started my collection, like Journey and stuff. The fragrance bottle looks really, really intriguing. The juice color really got me, and I think a few reviewers, I've seen their reviews and stuff on this particular fragrance, got me very interested. It's not very expensive, but it's somewhere very cheap in US. But anyway, we'll talk about it. Let's go into the review. So here is the presentation. Here's the box. It comes in 50 and I believe probably 100 ml, two bottle sizes. My bottle is from 2014. I checked the batch code at the bottom, and it's pretty simplistic sort of box. It looks kind of like old school classic, which I think is almost you can call it that. All right, it's made in USA. Basically, that's the information up there. Nothing much. Looks a little bit like Thierry Mugler boxes up top, but it's much thinner, much taller. And the presentation in this absolutely gorgeous. Some of these fragrances give you beautiful eye-catching juice color. This is one of them. My favorite being Versace Purom. You see the sorry, blue juice color, or you also can see Uncle Sport. You see this dark juice colors really get you sometimes. So here is no different. It is purple, okay. And if you see, if you look at internet, Google it, you'll see like confusing juice colors like blue. I have seen some people say the newer one is like blue and juice. This is sort of like purple blue mix, okay. This is to my eye, and it's very dark, sort of purplish color. And I did show you a few days back, I think yesterday itself, I showed you this fragrance. This is Darish, Rasus Darish. If you see the juice color pattern, they're kind of similar, but I think this is much darker. So you get an idea of the juice color. It comes with a built-in atomizer like that, sort of like your Van Cleef & Arpels Purom, or if you think of a SAR, if you think of One Man Show, those lines, they have this built-in sprayers, right, like this. So do not try to take it off, okay. The sprayer is right here. You just have to press here to get the juice out. Looks pretty monumental sort of a bottle, no nonsense, straightforward to the point. Has some lines here. It looks like a tall skyscraper. The side, it almost looks like Prada Amber because I saw a lot of bottles, I just compared. So here the beautiful juice color, beautiful juice color. It says Alfred Sung at the bottom. Alfred Sung, and Sung Home. And they have a lot of other fragrance, but this is my first one to try. So this is, pretty inexpensive in USA. I've seen even people say up to $10 you can get at TJ Maxx, Ross, Marshalls, but not so cheap for me. I paid around $35 for this fragrance, okay. So it's kind of expensive. It can also go up if you buy it in Bangladesh, right? So anyway, let's spray this and let's talk about it, okay. Sprayer on this is very, very good. I was wearing this at the scent of the night, and let's see how the sprayer is really, really good. So this fragrance actually, I would say aromatic fougere, like I would categorize this as, and it has tons of notes. This is one of those complex fragrances, like masculine, complex, powerhouse sort of fragrances that is like, like consist of a lot of notes. So I do not remember, of course, all the notes. Excuse me. I'll tell you what I got from it. So this one is known to be the official Irish Spring soap sort of DNA, and people call this Irish Spring soap sort of smell. And I do have one small bar of soap. If you've seen this soap somewhere, the name is already gone, but I use this a lot. And this is very refreshing sort of smell. I do not have the body gel, but this is the smell of Irish Springs like soap sort of. So this one, you can expect that from this, plus a little bit more. So when you spray this, first of all, you get like a beautiful opening of citruses, like a bright sunny day. All right, it's clean, fresh, very energizing. Aldehydes, like it's bright. Aldehydes is also been used in Jean-Paul Gaultier, Lamal Superman, also in, I believe, Chanel Allure Sport or Extreme or Sport, either one. So it has that fresh opening. And I believe that's not everything you're gonna get. The freshness is gonna go away. It will remind you of a little bit when you open it up, a little bit of Mugler cologne, because this one also has a soapy feel, but this has much more petit grain, and I would say Neroli is sort of a citrus. It's, yeah, this is much more citrusy and much more like a sour. But this one, it goes a little bit thicker. It's almost like, soap, and it's soapy. Soapy means it's kind of like powdery also. It a little bit gets kind of like, to my nose, lavenderish. Okay, I don't know if there's lavender in this, but juice color is pretty lavender-like, right? And it is actually pretty long-lasting fragrance. As it develops, you're gonna go and get some piney sort of smell. I get that pine, it just picks up from somewhere. It's like very, like it's very piney, like sharp as pine, like sharp pine smell. Also, I believe it has also that juniper berry note, which also makes it kind of like a interesting twist, because it gives it very strong, bold opening. I don't think like this has, I have anything that exactly smells like this, so it's sort of unique fragrance in my collection. So as it starts developing, it starts getting floral at the heart, and the soapy quality starts coming out a little bit, and that's where it smells a little bit like old school. And I think it's contemporary like that in that way, but it's not that brand new DNA that you get Prada, L'Homme, Iris sort of. It doesn't play with those. This one's gonna go straight to the powerhouse sort of direction. So many people I saw, they talked about Kurum. Well, describe this kind of like a similar bottle, right? Yeah, on the dry down. But I think Kurum is really nice on its own term. It is pretty much masculine. It has a pretty strong smell to it. It's very green, sort of like oak mossy. But the oak moss, I don't think it's that amped up in this as much as they did in this one. The base is all about the oak moss, vetiver. If you like the powerhouses, this is fragrance that you want to wear. It will last on you 7 to 8 hours. Great longevity on this. I mean, even if you pay $35, it's for 100 ml. I would say it's pretty darn cheap, because nowadays this EDT concentration, whatever it offers, many of the EDPs, it won't come. Even the Pure Parfum, whatever they just say, for marketing purpose, this kind of fragrances, you guys need to look at. You just need a performer, fresh, like a soapy, excuse me, all there kind of fragrance, little bit fougere like, little bit like barber shoppy. If you do like also Lamal in that category, like little bit of David of cool water sort of dry down, like I get that from the dry down. I get a little bit of cool water in Alfred Homme. So it does have a little bit of a classic feel, but it's not dated, not to my nose. Perhaps because I'm a little bit like 37, so I'm like going towards 40. But I would recommend this for a very mature crowd, like 30 and up, masculine people who actually are fan of Prada Amber Purum. This is something like an amped up version of Prada Purum to my nose. Prada Purum I also have. Let me show you. Sorry. Yeah, this one I have a small bottle of. If you see the juice color also, a lot of things are similar, right? So Prada Amber Purum is one of my favorite fragrances. It's like pretty high class bar of soap. This is also a soapy scent. And then just to make it a little bit interesting, if you do like Kuros, but if you do not like the animalic aspect of it, like civet and all those notes that it reminds you of something skanky, minus the skankiness, a little bit of a fougere feel that you get from a clean sort of fougere feel, you also can get from this. So this fragrance is actually pretty solid, and actually doesn't smell like particularly any of those fragrances exactly. It has its own smell. It has a kind of like Pure Lavender by Ferrari also has that feel, but it's not, the lavender is not done to like for cleaning products or something like that. It's not that synthetic lavender which is headache inducing. This one I don't get headache from it. How many sprays I would wear? I would wear like 3 sprays with this, like one on my neck, one on my chest, perhaps one of my each arm, maybe 3 to 4. It's good to go for the whole day's work. If you're planning to go for work, go out for 7-8 hours, this is perfect fragrance to wear. Seasons to wear it, I would say it's a fall scent. People say it's like a summer. I don't see it as a summer scent much because of that lavender sort of. It gets like tad bit powdery. So I think it's spring, fall, even in the winter it will last pretty damn long. Just one caution, do not spray this I think on the white shirt. If you're wearing white shirt or t-shirt, it might leave a mark. I'm scared of the juice color. Sorry. So ultimately, this is a mature scent. It's a very high class posh scent for me. Yes, you can wear it casually, but if you dress it up, if you suit it up, and you can pull it off with that aged confidence, this is a pretty high class juice at a very, very nominal price range. Very unique offering. If people looking for long lasting fragrance, definitely look at this as well. So if you have this in your collection, I think it's not going to be like sort of even if you have like 100, 200, few hundreds in your collection, it's not going to be redundant purchase, in my humble opinion. So look at this Alfred Homme. I think I like Daniel Sun's take on it, as well as Fragrance Mat. I love their channels, and I think I saw few more reviews like Scent and Monkey, and I don't remember who else reviewed this, but I think Drag Dog talked about it. It's a pretty well-known fragrance in the community, but it has some age to it, so people may not recognize it. So I would say if you're tired of your regular Sauvage, Bleu de Chanel's, this same old, you can give it a try. It's a little bit of up-class masculine feel. If you're just going from college to university, it could be a staple in your collection, right? So Alfred Homme longevity, great. I'll give this 8 out of 10. Projection, I'll give it like as well 8 out of 10, both 8. Versatility, I would say just do not wear this when it's extremely hot. Okay, that's the only time do not wear it. So it's pretty good versatility, 8.5. Smell of it, pretty nice. It doesn't smell synthetic, doesn't smell cheap. I would give this like 8.5 again. Compliment factors, you will get compliments from co-workers. If you're working in a working environment, you might get compliments, but it's not a compliment sort of a fragrance. You just wear it for your own pleasure, right? And originality, pretty damn original fragrance. Irish Spring soap and Irish Spring, it reminds you of, it's kind of soothing and relaxing, sort of a zen kind of perfume, right? Overall, this fragrance, I'm going to give it solid 8.5 out of 10, like taking everything under consideration. And the juice color is just dope, right? So check it out, Alfred Homme. That's all I have for you today, and hopefully soon I'll be doing some more reviews. Today throat is disturbing a little bit. Good night from Dhaka, Bangladesh. I'll see you soon. Bye bye.